What's going on, people? I guess by now you've heard of what happened to Tucker Carlson. He's a Fox News commentator, and you had a Antifa or a bunch of protesters go to his house. He wasn't there, but they terrified his wife. Now, I made videos in the past, and I talked about how this has gotten out of hand. Okay, the demon craps have taken it to an entirely different level. Now, I'm just surprised that these people that's being stalked and harassed by Antifa and by these protesters have not gone on the deep end yet. I'm surprised that they did not come out of this house and just loading them up with buckshot. See, that's something I would have done. See, I would have done something like that if I woke up out of my sleep, because I'm kind of gripey when I wake up out of sleep. If you wake me up out of my sleep prematurely, then I'm gonna be gripey, man. That's just how I am, right? And anything is liable to happen, right? So if I'm waking out of my sleep with protesters screaming in front of my house, disturbing my neighbors, and instilling fear in my family, then I'm going to come out and I'm just going to start spraying them with buckshot. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm just surprised nobody's done that yet. Okay. Now I'm going to let you guys watch this. If you hadn't watched it yet, I'm going to let you watch this, man. And you tell me, if this happened to you, what would you do? What would you do to protect your family and your privacy? Okay. Because you got people that's got a habit of putting your information out on the internet. You got people that will stalk and harass you over political views. But it's past time for people to start fighting back. It's time for people to start defending themselves and their families. Don't take this nonsense, because as you see, law enforcement is doing nothing about it. They're allowing this to take place. They're allowing this to happen. So I'm going to play this video. You guys check it out. And you tell me, what would you do in this situation if this was your family? Check it out.
Carlson, outside your home to protest of fascism and racism. You promote hate that led to an ideology that has led to thousands of people dying by the hands of the police, to trans women being murdered in the streets. Your policies promote hate, and we don't even know. We know where you sleep at night. We know where you sleep at night. We know where you sleep at night. Dr. Carlson. No walls. No USA at all.
You know what this remind me of? This remind me of the story in the Bible about Sodom and Gomorrah, like where these, two angels came to Lot's house, basically, and Lot came out and invited the men, and then once Lot invited the men into the house, you had a mob of gay males, because they all sound gay. All of these dudes that stand in front of Tucker Carlson's house, they sound homosexual, man. They sound like they're homosexuals. No, we won't fight. They sound gay, right? So this reminds me of the story about Sodom and Gomorrah, when they came to Lot's house, man, and they was banging on the door to the point, and they did that. They actually broke Tucker Carlson's door. The wife was there by herself. Tucker wasn't there. And she was tucked away, hidden, man, in fear, thinking someone is breaking in her house to rob her. And you had these homosexuals outside protesting and screaming with bullhorns in their neighborhood, in that quiet neighborhood. Like I said, I'm just surprised. What y'all need to start doing, listen, I'm talking to white dudes right now. Listen, white dudes, what y'all need to do is, when mess like this start happening, because you already know police is not going to back you up. You already know they're not coming out there, because you got a lot of demon police out there that approves of this, right? So What you guys need to do, you just need to take the chance, right? You let your family know, your wife know, like, look, I'm gonna defend you regardless. All right. So just prepare yourself if need to go to jail. Right. I would go to prison for this. If that was my family, I would go to prison for that. I would come out, I would have buckshot loaded, locked and loaded, and just start spraying. No warning, no nothing. I would just, whoever get hit, get hit. And I guarantee you, they would play the victim. They would be out there crying, oh, he didn't have to shoot him. Well, you didn't have to be in front of this man's house at this hour threatening them. They actually threatened, man, Tucker Carlson with pipe bombs, telling him to get out of the city, right? So, white dudes, I'm telling y'all, man, y'all need to start fighting back. You need to start arming yourself. I know a lot of y'all are armed, but when this nonsense happens, you need to just come out shooting. That's all you need to do, because right now they're threatening your family. That's a threat. And especially if you guys are in states where you have that castle law, because they're on his property. They marked up his driveway with Antifa, um, you know, graffiti. They wrote up his driveway with Antifa graffiti. So if y'all, especially if y'all live in a state where you have stand your ground, you need to come out there, no questions asked, just start dropping them. Do what it takes to protect yourself and your family. Drop them. So I just feel bad for Tucker Carlson. Like I said, it's going to have to take somebody going crazy on them for them to leave people alone, right? So feedback, tell me what you think. Till next time, I'm fearless.